Yes, yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for a surprise edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer questions from the chat, people. As you can see from the title, GYOKERES to get number 14 shirt at Arsenal. Is ISAK Liverpool bound? I'm sure the majority of the questions will be in regards to those two strikers, with Arsenal making a big move in the market and Liverpool looking to make a big move in the market as well. But like I say, get your questions in. It doesn't have to be on GYOKERES, doesn't have to be on ISAK. It can be something else. I'm sure the rest of the gang will be joining me shortly. The reason why is a surprise edition because I wasn't planning to go live, Sunshine. I don't normally go live on Fridays at this time after back again for sports Q&A, but because Troops, there was no one to redirect to. I was like, I'll go live, why not, and chop it up with you lot for an hour and some change. So big up to everyone who's joined over from Troops TV every single time. Big up to anyone who's just joined because they've seen the notifications as well. This is why you should have your notifications on, people. This is why there's no thumbnail. This is why the title is what it is. But run up the likes, people. When you enter the City of Sarcasm, hit the like button on the video. It's so important you do that. Please run them up. Share it out across all the socials at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless on Twitter and Instagram, people, or Twitter/X and Instagram. And follow my new account as well. I need to actually do a video on that. And just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well, people. And if you're a member of the channel, then your question takes priority like a super chat, people. So if you're a member or you're kind enough to super chat, there are two surefire ways to make sure I get to your question, people, as well. Big up everyone in the chat. Eddie, I got you. I'm just sending this over to you now. Give me 1 second. Shout out to Warrior J. Big up Eddie. Big up LJ. Big up Lamir. Big up Sunshine. Big up Lee Slims as well. I make sure I big up all the names also before I get to everything else. Big up to Certified. Big up Elan. Free-Minded. Adam AFC as well. Warrior J's there. Hey, Sham, big up to you. Sai, Steve, the link's in the group chat, so you're good as well. All right. Society says, can I become a member? Yeah, the link's in the pinned comment, my guy. The link is literally in the pinned comment. Also, let me get to this from Lee Slims, who says, do you think ISAK only became disgruntled seeing Arsenal plus Liverpool get new strikers? Both places he definitely wants to play at. I think he just, hey, appreciate, hey, Will, big up as well. Morning to you. Hope you're blessed. No, he just seen the opportunity. You have the opportunity to join. Wait. You have the opportunity to make a team, a super team. If you're advising ISAK, why would you not want to go Liverpool? If I'm ISAK, I see what they've done last season, who they've bought in the summer, how the Premier League looks, how Europe looks. Why would I not want to go and make a super team there? If I'm ISAK, I'm saying it earlier, why would you not want to go to Liverpool and play with Mo Salah and Wirtz? And then you got Gravenberch and McAllister, you got Van Dijk, Kanate. They've just signed Frimpong and Gyökeres, and they've got Alisson and Slots performing at a very, very high level. So not only can you win the Premier League, not only can you win the FA Cup, not only can you win the League Cup, you're right there for the Champions League as well. So if I am ISAK, I am 110% trying, doing everything in my power to join Liverpool. I don't think it's disgruntled. I think he's just using common sense. Why would you go Arsenal? And this is me saying this as a United fan, despising both, so you know there's no bias whatsoever. Yeah. I don't know, the way he went from he's happy at Newcastle to wanting to move, the timing is just too coincidental. Nah, I think he just assessed it. That's what that is. It sounds all well and good. That's what it is. Yeah, man, I'm happy at Newcastle. Until he actually sat back and looked at it, because he'll have a lot of love for Newcastle. That's the thing. He'll have a hell of a, it's been the place he's been most successful. He's absolutely adored there, because at Newcastle's one of them clubs where if you're successful there, the fans will love you forever. Newcastle is one of them, like, of course, all clubs love their favorite players, but Newcastle is a footballing place for those that don't know. They love their football. Everyone in Newcastle supports Newcastle as well, heavily supported. So they love him. They will love you there. Leeds are kind of like that, of course, excluding the big six. But Newcastle's like that. I put Leeds in that metric. I put Leeds in that bracket as well. So yeah, that's why. Big up to my guy Eddie in the cut also. Yes, Eddie, what are you saying, fam? You good?
Cool. I saw that I saw what you put in the group chat and I almost had tears. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
No, that wasn't me. That was that was Dan. That was Dan. Shout out to Dan Silly, man.
Oh shit, Dan
But
might have made it up.
yeah, it was Dan. Nah, it's a source. It's a newspaper. It's not the most reliable source. For those that don't know what we're talking about, Dan, who's on Man Them United, you lot see him here on the channel on the regular, put some news about Luke Shaw could be leaving and he'd be interested if Saudi did come in, but it was the Sun newspaper. So take that with a pinch of salt. That's what you have to do. Take it with a pinch of salt. So yeah, like that's why I think he just looked at it and went, yo, I can join a super team out here at Liverpool and win it all. So why, the world champions need to actually step up and do something and save the footballing landscape.
you
That's
talking
what
about ISAK?
Yeah, Isak. Yeah, your thoughts on it. Talk to us, Eddie.
Newcastle looking like a bunch of hoes. They let that shit happen. Y'all looking real funny in the light. Y'all looking crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. So let me get this straight.
Go on, Eddie.
It was supposed to be Ekatike and ISAK. Eddie Howe pulling some magic around. Liverpool says, fuck them plans. We gonna get Ekatike. Newcastle said, cool. Then they go spin the block. They got your mans.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to get you. That's crazy. Newcastle. Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't allow it. But hell, man, I don't know what to say, man. I'm not surprised by anything in football anymore.
True.
Then I heard they going in for Sesko. Jesus Christ.
Visa and Sesko, they're the two names that they've been banded with.
Oh my God.
It's those two.
Them boys went from a Rolls Royce to a Toyota Yaris. And one of the wheels got the spare on it. They don't even got the real wheel on it no more. They're getting the spare.
Yo, joke.
Oh my God. Oh, football is football though. Yeah. Somebody else could buy this, brother. Get him the fuck out of UK, man. I ain't trying to see that shit in red.
Yeah, yeah. Put him get like Saudi is, but you know what? Let's go to the Newcastle fan here, and Steve's put all my team do is piss me off.
Explain yourself.
Talk to us, Steve.
Yourself.
Floor's yours, Steve. Floor's yours.
Yeah. Well, initially, throughout up until Tuesday, I was like, yeah, you know what? I think he'll keep him because we didn't have a history of selling big players under PIF. Unfortunately, though, things change quickly in football. One transfer request, all this nonsense from Eddie Howe, which all managers do. I ain't even really mad at him for that. It just happens. So, yeah, and things have just progressed so quickly where it's like, yeah, kind of got to cash in on him. I know you lot won't because it's going to Liverpool. But, yeah, honestly, we kind of have to do it at this. Oh, my God.
And again, people, if y'all wanted to question why people don't like the likes of Ajez, Exhibit A.
Wait, what I do?
Oh, little flawless.
What I do?
Little flawless.
Hey, don't put this ain't me. Nah, don't do this. Nah, don't include me. Don't include me, yo.
Flawless. What did I do? Oh, real fucking Mother Teresa, ain't you? Oh, what did I do?
It's go on, carry on, Steve. Because I do want to hear for your thoughts on this. Because obviously you're one of the clubs involved. So go on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, he's gone, right? I've accepted it. I've moved on. I have my choice for the
So you think the deal's up? Wait, before you carry on. Hold on. Steve, 1 second. So you think he's definitely going to Liverpool? You think it's done?
That he's leaving. He's not a Newcastle United player. The last game he ever played with us was match day 38 at home to Everton. I'm convinced about that.
Okay. Sorry, go on, carry on.
I'm 90% convinced that he's going to Liverpool. The other 10% you could throw in whoever the hell you want, but it's very clear. 90 to 10, they are in very commanding position. I think maybe a Paris Saint-Germain could take up that other 5, and then other would be 5%. Maybe you guys do something crazy. A Turkish Super League club. Maybe Galatasaray really go insane and they try to get ISAK. You never know, right? You never know. So I'll allow the other 5% as other.
Okay.
Other would be included Al Hilal, like Galatasaray, or just someone, you know what I mean. Just anyone else. But it's not just that's the United player. I know that. To be honest, yeah. If I were him, I'd leave as well. Our transfer window's been terrible, and it's not just a PSR thing. Everything we've handled off the pitch has been sloppy, lack of preparation. The Paul Mitchell fallout has really screwed us. We brought in one player, and we need squad depth because now we're in an additional We're in an additional competition, the Champions League now, and it doesn't look like it. You would think that we didn't qualify for Europe with the transfer window we have. It's all well and good retaining players, but you have to add depth at the end of the day. Haven't done that. Sporting director getting appointed. Now it's we have a head of recruitment that we got from Forest, Steve Club. But everything's been piss poor. We missed out on a bunch of targets to teams that are better than us because we didn't wrap it up quickly enough. And now we're on the B side of negotiations because we have 3 or 4 weeks until we play Aston Villa away Saturday. Not day one, so we're screwed. That's what it appears, unless we move quick and decisive. But I don't know if we're gonna do that because we need a midfielder now to replace Longstaff. I'm glad he's gone. We needed the money for him. He needed to go. But now we need a midfielder.
Where'd Longstaff go?
Leeds for 17 M's.
Look at you lot strengthening Leeds, man. What's wrong with you lot, man?
Yeah, go on, you're
Not
right.
strengthening them.
You don't think he's better than what they have?
No.
Really?
They
making him worse.
already have the Japanese midfielder that I'm blanking on the name of.
He's cold.
Jez might know, but I actually think he's a really good player. And then they bought Biara from Strasbourg. He'll start over them easily.
Right,
Their
cool.
manager is a brain.
Complete side note, quick question. You got Leeds staying up currently?
No.
All right, let's go. Go on, carry on.
What happened? What happened? You're the one that believes. What was it?
Wait.
No, that was Luton, man.
Right,
That was Luton, man. That was Luton.
Luton, man, is telling me Leeds is not staying up.
It's still
here for my team,
right, Steve?
not for fucking relegation analysis at the
I
moment.
thought we believed it.
I thought we believe.
We got two of the believers here.
Yo, Eddie, man.
One at a time.
Eddie, take off the black tie, man. This guy's Simeone, man, in the Bernabeu. What's wrong with you, man?
It's a black dashiki with the
black dashiki. Take off the dashiki.
Yeah, shout out to the ancestors, man. I'm here for all the smoke.
Bro, like,
back on this whole thing, right? So we're in a terrible position right now. We're having a dreadful transfer window, and it's not even just a PSR thing. It's been a planning and recruitment thing that's been awful. Lowballing offers, then they go somewhere else because they're tired of damn waiting. Trafford and Buemo, albeit that's different because he's Man United, so he wanted to choose that anyways, regardless if you were champions of whatever, and we were. So it's one of those. Cunha, we were looking at. He went to you guys.
I didn't know that one until months of it. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, we were looking at. Remember, me, you, and Philip did a show a few months ago.
Yeah,
just after the season ended, we were talking about Cunha.
I do remember the show, but I didn't know your interest was like concrete. I know there was talks, but I didn't know it was like
because me and Philip wouldn't have talked about it if it wasn't something to it.
No,
so missed out on him. Missed out on João Pedro. There's the other one. Yeah. Apparently, we've been interested in Madueke before. So the list goes on and on. You could probably make an 11 of forwards and then Trafford that we missed out on because they went to somewhere else. So now we're looking at Sesko as the replacement. That's dreadful. That is just not good. My number one choice is Vangelis Paredes, of who I think we can attain from Benfica. That's the best one. Because, again, for me, stylistically, he's like a Greek Harry Kane. He's not as good as Kane. He excels in some things that Kane doesn't, and then some things Kane is better at. But, like, he reminds me, his play style and his skill sets, 95% of it's related to Kane. what did Spurs do well under Pochettino or when Kane was there? They could break down low blocks because of his physical capabilities and whatnot. What did Newcastle struggle with? Even with ISAK breaking down low blocks. Because of the ISAK's, it's not terrible aerial ability, but it's not top of the
He's
line.
not great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than GYOKERES, but it's Pavlidis is very, very good in the air. He's decently he's quick enough. He's got the passing range on the break. Like that, just for me, I look at all the strikers out there, and I know a lot of them. That's the guy that is the guy who I think is the match that would be the guy that I do. And never mind Sesko. I'd rather pick 20 strikers probably ahead of Sesko before I buy him, especially the price. I'd rather start Wissa, who we lowballed Brentford. What a dickhead move that was, thinking they'd accept 27 M's after they sold Mbuemo when they wanted 40 before Mbuemo was sold. So now they could probably get 45 for Wissa with 1 year left. And because we're desperate, we're going to pay that. I don't mind for a good player, but like contract-wise, that is an overpay. And I wouldn't even start Wissa anyways. But I really like him. I'm just trying to get someone another caliber, like a Pevlin. So,
yo, Steve, close your window because we're getting some feedback. Is your window open? Close your window. Or is your hair just blowing in the wind? You know what I'm saying? He's over there doing a L'Oreal advert. Yeah. Turn down the AC just a little bit.
All right, is this better? Yep.
Yeah. And whoa. Before you carry on, hey, you lot, run up the likes. What we doing? No way is this right. Hey, run up the likes. There's over 200 of you lot in here. Let's just get up to 50 likes. You know what I'm saying, we stopping the show. Hit the like button. Run up the damn likes. You lot are here for Steve's misery. Or the least you can do is run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, and subscribe to Steve's channel, Strasbourg Steve. Because I'm going to add it into the title in a second, people. Go on, Steve. Carry on.
There you go. LJ Brown got the list. Cunha, Mbuemo, Madueke, Trafford, Pedro, Hugo Delap. That's 8.
Damn.
That's 8.
You got rejected by a lot of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's yeah. And it's because we lowballed on a lot of those. And we just didn't. Yeah, we lowballed and shit. So,
oh man, I gotta
but
fight
I don't
back.
feel bad. I don't feel bad for us. I don't like
this. I don't like this, man. I gotta fight back, bro.
So that's all it is with Newcastle, bro. That's all it is. It's a mess of our own creation. Yes, the PSR doesn't help, but all right. So what? How the hell did Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton get all of these players? All of these players. They usually sometimes Brighton buy 6, 7, 8 players. Nobody knows about, but they're for cheaper fees. And guess what happens? Oh, they blow up because they do good scouting. Fuck off. They do good scouting. They take a risk on a player from fucking Belgium, Colombia, Ecuador, wherever the fuck. Even lower divisions or academy teams. We only want to go for prem-proven stuff, like Alanga. Like fuck for Alanga. I would have paid 35 max. So then, therefore, Forrest wouldn't accept it, and I would have been like, fine. You weren't my first choice anyways. So it's one of those where it's like, you need to take risks. Aston Villa found a striker from Major League Soccer who I didn't even think was all that at his time at Chicago Fire, John Duran. They're getting a center back from Kasim Pasha, a young 18-year-old center back, Ozcan. He'll probably get minutes. They have that Garcia kid that they bought from the second division, Levante, who played a few games for them and then disappeared for some reason. I didn't even think he was that bad. So Aston Villa, who have similar PSR problems, similar position to us, where we have very wealthy owners, but they actually took a few risks on some players. We're buying players from these leagues and stuff. We're just signing the U21s. We did it yesterday with Soo Young Park from a K-League 2 side. So you need to take risks. Otherwise, we're just going to be stuck with a very good 11, minus an ISAK now, and barely any depth to speak about, which was around during the Mike Ashley days. That's the issue. So they need to go out and find fucking players. Do your job as a scout. Go to Belgium, go to Russia, Turkey, Antigua and Barbuda, Jamaica. I don't give a shit where. Buy them, play them. If the PSR is such a goddamn big problem. Because if I can find these players, why the hell can't they?
Let me ask you this, Steve.
So sorry.
When
Go ahead, Eddie, sir.
when the ownership transfer happened,
Yeah.
did you imagine this is how you'd be handling business?
No.
Damn.
No. Ever since Amanda Stavely left, we struggled with negotiations and bringing in players. Find the money
Okay.
side of things is one thing, but I'm talking about negotiations and all that. Like, Amanda Stavely went out of her way to get Anthony Gordon wrapped up pretty quickly from Everton.
Where'd she go?
Tonali as well. That was after it was a little bit
Her
after
share
she
got
left,
bought
but,
out.
like,
Her share
Tonali.
got bought out from Newcastle.
Yeah, same. Jamie Rubin was someone else that left. So
And then you said Paul Mitchell is there now?
no, he's gone. He was
He's
there for
gone.
a
He's
few months.
gone.
He apparently fell out with everybody and all that.
Yeah.
But luckily for us, he was there. And he did it. He did not. Apparently, ISAK wanted a $100 million release clause in pounds on his contract, and Mitchell was like, "Nope." This was.
Steve, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a player that's prem proven. I think Eddie might back me on this. Eddie, I just want to say this. Do you know a certain player named Elijah Adebayo? Let me just go again. Elijah Adebayo. He's the striker for Luton Town. So if you want to take a punt on him, he was the striker when Luton were up.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
He's prem proven. You could take a risk on him. Right, I just want to say
idiot, yo.
That's what I'm saying. White doves in the chat. White doves in the chat, man. Pray for Steve, man. White doves in the chat. This is crazy.
Sorry, I just want to say first of all, Flawless, thank you for inviting me to Steve's funeral, because this man, whenever he crashes in our clubs, it's his time for the downfall. I love how the community comes together.
It is what it is. I'm not even mad about it.
You know what, Steve? That is it. Like, I didn't realize how much the community is like, hey, we gonna crash on Steve, and he gave
I ain't know he had beef like this.
Yes, yo. You know why?
You don't know.
You know why? Because
people
you should have seen during the
with,
Prem
like,
season,
Flawless
during
is definitely
playbacks.
number one. Everybody want to have beef with Flawless. Jez is the number 2. CP is a damn near close number 3. CP just talk and people want beef with him. So I understand. Me, I'm the angel. I'm the one who's getting
definitely.
attacked. Yeah, I'm the one who's out here getting attacked.
You the victim, man. You the victim.
I'm the Thank you.
Victim, man.
Somebody sees it. Somebody sees it.
So to say the Kenyan stuff is fire though. I like that. That's fire.
Shout out my real Africans. You know what it is. You know
what is it? Is it a footballing show? Is it a flex shirt? What is it?
Shit, I don't know.
This
shit was stretchy and it was hot as hell when I bought it. So that's how it really went. That's how it went. So I think it might be rugby though. One of them two.
Yeah, it looks fire. That's why I asked if it was like rugby or not rugby, if it was football or flex. But yeah, with the ISAK thing, it seems he's going to join Liverpool. Hopefully, nowhere. I love the sunshine every single time. They need to. We can't let this happen. The footballing world is at stake as we know it. So they need to block it. Yeah, go on. Actually, Jez, before you go, just 1 second. Big up to Carl for the super chat, man. He says, can I get a link? Big up, Carl. Yo, fan calling show tonight. There's a fan. You're a member. So the members fan calling show is tonight, 9:30 p.m. UK time, people. If it goes well, that'll be a regular thing. Obviously, the Monday one will still say, but members only, because them fan calling shows, the regular ones are getting so long. So members only tonight, Carl, with you at 1. But big up for the super chat. Appreciate it. Go on, Jez. What are you going to say? Go on. You're breaking up, Jez.
I can't even hear him.
Yeah, he's breaking up. He's breaking up heavy. Yo, Jez, jump out.
Let's don't even worry about it. Flawless. There's no need. There's no need. Let it sit like this. Nobody's trying to hear that shit. Anyway, next.
You don't even know what you're gonna say. You don't even know what he's gonna say. But yeah, Eddie will go to you actually on the first part of the actual time. Yo, go on, Jez. Yeah, go on.
No, we're good. We're good.
Go on, Jez. Your connection was moving crazy. Go on, Jez.
Yeah, my connection just was snooped out of nowhere. Now I was saying how I think the PT already said that Aliyah already there's nothing concrete with Aliyah, and he has given his priority to Liverpool.
Yeah,
so ISAK, I don't see nobody coming.
Wants to go. ISAK, sorry, just cut you off. ISAK apparently has said he wants to find a club that is capable of winning the Champions League. UEFA Champions League. So it's one of those where again, Paris Saint-Germain, I think, could be also a part of it, possibly. But like things are moving quick with Liverpool, it seems. That's the only other place I can really think of, unless Barca sell quick and it's just PSG can throw a Zaire Emery or Ramos. I don't want Gonzalo Ramos, more like a Zaire Emery, for sure. That would be nice, and plus money. I think maybe that, but yeah, I think it's very, very, very likely Liverpool. Real Madrid aren't that smart. They won't do it. They aren't that smart, to be honest. They should. Do what they should do right away is sell Rodrigo to whoever. Be like, cool. And then you play Vinny, ISAK, Mbappe, and just tell them, yo, figure it out. Isak's the striker, though. Has to be.
No, 100% he'd have to be the striker if he went there without question.
Or you go second striker, or you play him as a second striker in a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's the last thing we need, man. Is like I said,
But Laws, do you think Isak would be starting striker for Arsenal? Because Kai Havertz for some reason.
I knew he was gonna say
Damn.
I'm sorry.
I knew it, yo.
Hey, masterclass. Hey, I give you props. Whatever you talked about, I messaged you right away, don't I? I messaged you
do.
right away. I'm like,
that's true. I gotta say, anytime I'm on the stream and something pops up, CP's always the first guy.
Hey, masterclass performance once again, man. I'm seeing Modric performances, man. I'm seeing Modric.
Yo, Havertz is better in certain instances than Haaland and GYOKERES. Yeah, all right, okay.
The petty in me wants, but it's fucked up because we're where we're at, and now I have to choose between my rivals who I want to see come out on top, because it's realistically, in my opinion, it's between Man City and Liverpool.
Oh yeah, I think that's fair. I agree.
And I want both of them to be extinct as a club. I don't even want them to exist anymore.
Wait, why?
Jez, nobody's fucking talking to me. That's just what I'm talking about. Nobody's talking. Why
you deserve that one, Jez. Yeah, you deserve that, yo. Yeah, you deserve that.
I'm just asking because, like, what?
I'm just asking.
Sometimes us alpha males like that clarification.
Again, little flawless. I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
The thing is, for the okay, no, I know. I'm using a different phrase from flaws. Then, but for the purpose of the show, I'm asking why.
We know why, because they're rivals.
Ask the Man United fan. It's like, hey, I'm asking a Lakers fan. You know what? Why do you want the Celtics to not win?
This is what I'm deal with here.
Who knows, Jez? Who knows?
No. I didn't say that though. No. I didn't say that though. I didn't say he wants. I didn't ask if he wants Liverpool City to win. I'm just asking why doesn't he want to see them competing?
I think for just my sanity. Just my sanity, and just to be petty, I need ISAK to actually go to Liverpool and them not win shit. Because again, I feel like people, there's this holier than thou approach that a lot of people have adopted these days, and Liverpool one of the first clubs to do this, right?
Yeah,
we do things the right way. Yeah. We're not like United. We're not like Chelsea. We're not like Manchester City. We're a real wholesome club. We don't buy players. What? We're Liverpool. We're a Liverpool Football Club. Please go buy ISAK. Don't win a goddamn thing.
Hey, no.
This is what I need.
That would be great. I'm not gonna lie. That would be great.
It's crazy, man. They're like, how could you spend 80 mil on some of the best players in the world? What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you? That's what they used to say. And now look at it.
I'm confused though. I'm confused though. Like, the ratings dropped last season, like in the NBA, and Adam Silver literally gifted Luka to the Lakers. So why can we not see ISAK at Liverpool? for the ratings to go up.
Again,
because we don't care about the ratings. That's
Wallace,
right.
get this dude up out of here, man.
Yeah, because we don't care about the ratings. Nah, we just cutting him off there. We just don't care about the ratings.
You be inviting people to antagonize me. I clocked
Yeah,
it.
we don't care. We don't.
The last one of the
I'm
last,
here backing you.
The last Q&As I was on, you had a man come on here and attack me religiously.
No. You joined.
No.
Attack.
You invited him to attack me religiously.
Wait,
paint the narrative the right way.
Who got invited?
God, prime stress, yo. Eddie, wind up, man. Eddie, wind up, yo.
I have no idea. I was just here to talk. I was just here to talk.
It was Prime because me and Prime was talking about it was just after the Club World Cup and about the prestige of the trophy. That's what it was, and Eddie was on his Eddie shit. What you're doing now is what Eddie did to Prime. That's what happened.
I did. That's an egregious mischaracterization. Egregious.
I'm just saying, man. Considering,
all right, actually, Jed's thoughts on ISAK to Liverpool. Let's get your thoughts on the actual deal. There we go.
Let me actually say it real quick before the connection dies, man. Dies like Arsenal's title hopes, man. Like
if they were ever alive,
Adam Silver killed the NBA with super teams with the second apron now. Like, you see what Liverpool are doing? You see right there, and if the FA don't bring no second aprons to the league, Liverpool, they're gonna go on the dynasty, man, with ISAK a striker, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. That right there is good enough to have a dynasty. You're still gonna have Van Dijk and Salah there for at least the next 2 years. In my opinion, they should give Konate the money, because I don't think there's a sentiment that they can go out there and just replace him just from the impact and quality immediately. I think there's players who can be as good as Konate, but you would need to give them some time. So if they can extend Konate and they get an ISAK in, for me, I don't see how they cannot go back to back this season, but maybe even go 3 times in a row.
Yeah, they're in pole position. They're in pole position.
Exactly. Like for me, outside factors like injuries, I don't see how they cannot dominate. It would be inexcusable if they don't even dominate at least the Premier League. I can understand in European football, you can't. It's so unpredictable. Outside Madrid, nobody.
Margins.
Yeah, it's margins. So you can excuse them here and there for not winning every single year out there in Europe. But in the league, I don't think there's many excuses why they cannot go and dominate, in my opinion.
Especially because, Jez, and I'll agree with you on that, because I'll look at I don't even need to talk about Arsenal. I just think they're way far behind both Liverpool and Man City for manager alone. So, and then the squads, I just don't think they match up, right? Even with GYOKERES going there, it's still like, yeah, you're third. Sorry. In terms of Man City, their problem is, and I've been speaking this about with Kels and Vader as well for the longest. Well, particularly Kels, because she don't rate Bernardo Silva no more, but Pep still does. So him playing in the team, it's like that takes up one of the spots for one of the newer players that should be playing. Yeah. Same with Akanji. Same with not buying a right back for them. Mateus Nunes. They need to buy a right back. They need to. They need that's a bigger hole in their team.
I think they need 2 centre backs, if you ask me personally.
Yeah. You could argue that. I think Diaz's best days are behind him. I think Vardiol is a good center back, but Pep seems to like to play. Seems like he's playing him more as a left back. So even though they got Ait Nouri, who obviously I think will play a lot of games at left back, there will be the odd game where Ait Nouri doesn't play, and it's going to be Vardiol left back. I think him as a center back, that's good. I think that's good, but even that duo, Man City's best center back duo is not better than Liverpool's. That's their problem.
No, I agree with that.
But and the thing is as well,
goalkeeper as well. Liverpool have the best goalkeeper in the league as well.
Yeah, and even then, like, what's it called? I'm looking at it from the perspective of like, there's like, Man City's probably the only team in the league that plays a high line with no pace.
Yeah,
making it sense.
And the thing is, Pep.
Eddie, blessings, fam. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Eddie, before you go, quickly, thoughts on the GYOKERES deal? I know we'll talk about it more, but quickly before you go. 2 minutes.
What I tell you about this fucking cone disciple? What I tell you about this cone disciple? Boy thought he bought Haaland. That's all that is. He thought he bought Holland. Arteta, let me tell you something you might not know, Playboy. You are not Pep. You are not him. When you look in the mirror, you do not see a balding, stressing 50-year-old. Okay? You see a wannabe Abercrombie and Fitch model. That's what you see when you look in the mirror, okay? So, let me help y'all out a little secret, man. Kai Havertz on the left. Gyökeres through the middle. Martinelli on the right. Put side wing back or some shit. Who cares? Anyway, fuck Arsenal though. But hey, I'm gonna catch y'all though. I'm gonna catch y'all boys.
Blessings, Eddie. Big up every time, man. Blessings. Go on, Jess. Carry on.
Nah, it's like I'm saying. It's like for me, like I don't look at the defense as like a great defense. Like I think they're better than the average defense, but I feel like fundamentally everybody just looks thrown out. Everybody looks tired. I think there's just a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done, and then you banking on the new players, all of them to bank as well. Because if they don't bank to the level that you need them to, I just don't think you can compete. Like even with the new Liverpool signs that you have to see, outside Wirtz and Etitike, and let's say ISAK comes and joins them, it's not like Etitike is gonna be a main starter many games.
True.
Sometimes he can play together with ISAK, but he's not gonna. So you don't have to worry about Etitike necessarily needing to adapting quickly if ISAK joins. Wirtz, he has to adapt, but you would imagine a player of his quality can adapt. And with the rest, you don't even have to worry, to be honest. Like, I think Frimpong is going to be fine defensively. Everybody knows it's going to be barbecue chicken out there every time. But then when you have Konate, who's been used defending and covering Trent, I don't think he's going to have issues covering for Frimpong either. So now I just think City will be there, but I just don't think City is going to be good enough to go and win it, in my opinion. They don't even look good on the pitch. Like I've watched them play football, even the Club World Cup. I wasn't impressed, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Bro, they like going forward, they definitely are going to be improved on last season. Defensively, it might be a marginal improvement. Marginal.
But even defensively, are we talking about just from a defending standpoint, or are we talking about just generally going forward as well? Because it's not like Ain't Nori's a good defender.
No, he's not. No, going forward, they're going to improve a lot. Like they can stay in the title race just based off of that. They'll score 3. The other team, whoever they play in the league, will score 2 or 1. Maybe on the off days 2-2. Maybe on the off day they lose 2-1, something like that. But Liverpool, it's like they're secure defensively. They've got the best goalkeeper in the world, arguably. I still think it's Courtois, but Alisson definitely top 3. And
the midfield is solid. Like I personally think if Liverpool really want to really go crazy, I feel like our midfield signing would make, like, if they can get Isak and get another midfield signing, because I don't think Gravenberch is that. I think Gravenberch is amazing, but I don't think I just don't think him and that McAllister thing. I don't like it.
Well, Gravenberch and McAllister.
No, like I think McAllister is good if you play further. I think McAllister is good if you're playing further up the pitch. I think they benefit more. Yeah, I think they need a deep line playmaker down there, and then you allow Gravenberch to just be able to be that more. You allow Gravenberch to be the one who carries the ball from deeper areas and then get involved in the final third and stuff like that. Just because Gravenberch is not necessarily. I don't look at Gravenberch and say from a build-up perspective he's amazing. I think he's good at it. Like he's not your average midfielder that can't help you out. But he wouldn't be the one that I think that, oh, he's the responsibility. And then, which is funny, I literally added you the other day about McAllister and how everybody was telling us that he's world class. But I look at McAllister and like, he's good for Liverpool, but does he do anything that amazes anyone? Is he like that much of a difference maker?
No, I just think he's good at it. Like, McAllister is one of them. I think he's just good all around.
But that's the issue. I don't think. Yeah. I think they do better. I think they would benefit if they have him coming off the bench.
Absolutely.
Or at times play him further up the pitch if you rotate the team.
Yeah.
And have somebody in who can help them from being a deep line playmaker, somebody
Yes.
where, because I think people underestimate how much it benefits having somebody who can create also from deeper. Like that's probably one of the things that people were so scared about Cruz when you was talking about it last night. I think not Cruz, yeah, he's there to set the tempo, but Cruz can pick out the pass. He can be the
Yeah.
he can get the hockey assist. You know what I mean? And I think this is what Liverpool lacks in my opinion. But to make that midfield really solid, but like you've said, man, all around they in my opinion they're one of the more complete teams in the league, especially if Isak joins.
Yeah. That's why
They've
I'm not trying to
added
see
speed.
these
They've
guys.
added speed at left back and great crossing ability with Kirkes. And to be honest, nobody's gonna remember Robertson or Simicast last year being a key player for them. Now Kirkes has the ability to
By the
do
way,
that.
I'm
I
a dip,
actually
yeah.
think he's a decent.
All
I
right,
actually think
blessings,
he's a,
Jeff. Yeah, big up every
yeah,
time.
big up, Jess.
You'll be okay.
I actually think Kirkes he's much better at this moment in time than the other two left backs they have. So they'll improve defensively and offensively.
No, first. All right. Hey, but go on. Carry on.
No, I was going to say also, yes, they lost Trent, but they found someone with Frimpong who has even more blistering pace. They'll lose some dead ball ability. That's fine. But I think he is a little bit better defensively again than a Trent and not too far off as a crosser. So they've done well to replace Trent on paper. Center back depth they could do a little bit more of, but in that midfield as well. Play first as a 10, so they're going to get more creativity compared to a Zoboslai. And actually, I think I was watching Monson rants yesterday, and Mons said Zoboslai was playing as a right back in preseason.
It was a game. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was playing right back. Yeah, he played him right back.
So,
His months has been going on about that for a minute.
yeah. So it's like, bro. And then they added a match winner in ISAK, and then a guy, Ekitike, who's shown that he can also be a match winner at times for Eintracht Frankfurt. And yeah, so I just think they've improved in nearly everything that they might have been lacking post January, where they were a bit shaky here and there in the cup final and whatnot. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, if PSG won the league, if Liverpool won the league next year by 10, 15 maybe points because of the deficiencies of everyone else, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, yo, they have it wrapped up in March, like a PSG get accused of doing as well in Liga. So it's one of those where it's like, and then it's one of those where it's like Slot as well. You got to put Slot very, very, very high up there for what he did last year. He's not close to Pep yet, but the only time they faced off each other in a league scenario, Slot came out on top. Regardless, when people were picking them to finish third, fourth, fifth, and whatnot. So it's yeah,
So,
they're looking really good for that. But for the
yes.
Newcastle, like I said, for the Newcastle side of things, we're screwed because our opening schedule, we're away to Villa. That's probably a loss. Then we host Liverpool with Isak coming back. You know damn well we're probably going to lose that game. We don't have a great record versus Liverpool, anyways. So yeah, we're looking at 6th or 7th or something, especially the depth.
All right, that's fair. I understand your major concerns in regards to it as well. Because I'm surprised. I thought Newcastle was with the team you had. I thought, yeah, you're gonna make a couple of additions and be better, but it's the rejections have killed you. As much as Isak moving on well as well, it's the rejections. That's where it stems from. That is really go on.
And then I'm very concerned that we get Sesko as well, because it's like, yo, Pavlidis has I think 100 million euro release clause at Benfica, so he might be a little bit more expensive than Sesko. The difference between the two is staggering. Gyökeres, I just looked it up. Since 1920, with all clubs that Gyökeres has been at, all comps, he scored about 138 goals since 2019-20. Pavlidis in that time has scored 120. And you could argue he's done it in a stronger league in the Eredivisie with the AZ and then the 2 years at Willem II and now at Benfica. Meanwhile, Gyökeres was getting 7 and 5 with Coventry City And then his last year, Coventry City got 21 all comps, and then only recently he had the 35 his debut season for Sporting, and then 52 last season. So Pavlidis, even if you want to do the GNA thing, someone said to me yesterday, Pavlidis, Nunez, that his last year got more goals than Pavlidis did last year. Yeah, but that tells me you just didn't watch them. That's all that says. And even if you want to do the GNA thing, all right, we can do that too. Pavlidis has only scored 18 less goals than GYOKERES in the same time period, and he's done it in, I would argue, a stronger league. You could say Eredivisie is stronger than the Championship. More players have come from Eredivisie and made an impact in Prem or whatever than Championship. I'm not even trying to diss the Championship. Eredivisie, you compete in Champions League and Europa League and stuff. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, Pavlidis, I would be spending my money on him. Are Newcastle going to do that? I hope so, but there's no links. It seems like Sesko's that, and it's just like, this is terrible. This is terrible. Like his that's not.
What's going on with Visa then? Is it Visa or Sesko, or is it both?
I guess both, because we need a backup striker because Callum Wilson left.
Okay, cool. Now just asking.
If we sell ISAK today, Osula is the starting 9 away to Aston Villa.
Damn.
And
you're not going to sign a striker though.
Osula, we're trying to figure out if he's a striker or a right winger.
You lot will sign a striker though.
Flawless.
Yeah, but the right one, that's my problem.
Sorry, I was saying Newcastle remind me of Leeds in late 90s and early 2000s. They splashed the money, they got to top 4, and then after that, people started picking the players away, and then they fell all the way down. I'm not saying they're going to get relegated, but that's what it seems like is happening again.
Yes.
They've gotten top 4, they can't spend more money. For Leeds, it was literally because they're bankrupt. For these guys, it's FFP reasons. And now people are picking their players apart, and they just can't hold on to players. They can't even get their targets. Like, we've taken 2 of their targets in João Pedro and Delap. We sold one of their targets to Arsenal and Madueke. And Buemo you took. Ekitike Liverpool took. So it's like, that's what it's reminding me of. It's like the Leeds all over again for them.
Yeah, luckily we don't have people that are like as shambolic as Leeds because they were reckless. Right?
Yeah.
And they got a lot of big things wrong. I'm not saying that we've gotten little things wrong or whatever, but we're nowadays to get relegated from our position would be crazy. You would have to have 3 crazy championship teams, and we would have to have devastating injuries for even to come close to that. Like devastating injuries. So it's like it's but you're right, that comparison is pretty accurate.
And honestly, this also reminds me of the mid 2000s as well with the super top 4. Because now basically the top 4 teams, and also United, because you guys took Cunha and Mbuemo, we've just taken everyone else's best players and have strengthened so much, especially us in the top 4, where it's like there's no point. I'm not worried about a top 4 race. Like the top 4 is set. I think obviously you guys and Spurs are going to climb up the table compared to last year, definitely. And maybe in 2 years' time, there's going to be a top 4 race because you're going to have 6 teams for top 4. But like everyone else that's not the big 6 is just falling apart.
It's very reminiscent of La Liga, isn't it? It's very reminiscent of La Liga.
No, it's literally
Real Madrid are usually always in top 4, always. And then you get
Steve, it's
Sociedad,
it's literally EPL in the early 2000s.
Like,
no, that's interesting. Why don't you make that CP actually? I never looked at it like that in regards to it.
Yeah, seems it's the early 2000s because early 2000s
are moving forward and everyone else isn't.
Right? Yeah, because if you're before Man City became a thing, it was basically Chelsea, United, Arsenal, and then Liverpool, and then that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Spurs, if they kind of wanted to show up and become 6th, but that's about it. And that's what it's looking like again. It's looking like 2000s EPL all over again, where the golfing class is going to be just so much compared to everyone else.
Yeah, because Newcastle haven't really done what they need to. Villa have been super quiet. Brighton have lost João Pedro, like you mentioned. Brentford have lost players. Bournemouth have lost players.
They've lost Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Right.
not worried about any. I'm not worried about the 3Bs, Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, of like relegation or anything. Because
No, I'm
No,
not
they're
saying
not
relegation.
relegation.
I'm just
guess
saying the
what?
golfing class between the top four and
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
else.
yeah,
right now.
yeah. But I still think like I have to now worry about finishing above them. To be honest,
Depends who. I don't think you're that much. I think if you get Visa, I'm with Elanga. I think you'll be. I think you'll be fine. I think you
yeah.
finish
But if
above
one
those
of them
two.
gets injured, we're screwed.
Yeah, I hear that.
Particularly Lisa for the striker position.
Yeah, injuries. Yeah,
Well, if you get Sesko, that's a decent backup, you could say. So he's
For
not
70
that shit.
million.
Yeah, you know Kai
No,
Havertz is apparently
it's
going to be a
not.
backup too. So
No, but why do we crash on Arsenal for the Havertz thing? Because they bought a player that should not be starting for them for 70, 60.
yeah.
So what am I going to do when Newcastle do something similar? I'm going to crash it on them. It's for a player that I don't rate. Like I said, Pavlidis will be a little bit more expensive, but he's much better. Or we could go down the and again, it's like 20 strikers I could probably list right now who I would take over Sesko.
I believe you. You
Regardless
said
of
this.
price.
Agreed.
I believe you. You ain't gotta convince me at all.
So it's
Well,
one
you
of
can
those.
take
It's
Nicholas
like,
Jackson.
yeah,
We're willing to sell him for 60 to 70 million. You know, if you want Nicholas Jackson, if you want to spend that money.
You ain't gotta convince me. But you lot continue to run up the likes. Continue to run up the likes. Still over 130 of you lot in the building. Right, 101 likes actually. So salute to you lot. We got to that rapid. Big up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button though. We're too short of 15,355 people. So likes. Let's get up to 110. Well, yeah, we're at 102 now. So 8 more likes, people. Just 8 more likes and 2 more subscribers. That's all man's asking for. There's over 120 of you lot in here. I know there's at least 2 people who have not subscribed, and I know there's 8 people who haven't liked. Get your questions in as well. It doesn't have to be on ISAK. I know we spoke about GYOKERES briefly. We're going to get to that in a second. But yeah, if you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority. And if you super chat as well, your question, of course, will take priority as well. But get your questions in. On GYOKERES, the 14 shirt, it seems. CP, what are you saying? We ain't spoke on this. Your thoughts on GYOKERES to Arsenal? You think he does well? Some are saying he's flop. I see Hano in the chat saying he reckons that he's going to be a flop. Hano, why do you think he's going to be a flop? Because he says GYOKERES is definitely going to flop. But yeah, your thoughts, CP.
I'm not happy. If anyone knows, since last Jan during the pot season, I'm like, I want GYOKERES at Chelsea. I've been very high on this guy, and sorry, 1 second. I just need to do my job.
No, it's all good.
shout out CP for the
No. It's just I have to time out someone. Sorry, there you go.
Right.
Anyways, sorry, sorry. Apologies. Anyways, yeah. The thing is, I think he would have done better for any club not named Arsenal. Unless Arteta changes his tactics, just because of how I feel like cross-reliant / aerially reliant they are.
Yeah.
And the way they create chances at times, where it's like the one thing that GYOKERES is bad at is actually like heading. He's basically Tammy Abraham.
It's poor.
Yeah, he's basically Tammy Abraham. Like both 6'4", both awful at heading. Like both off. Like that's how bad.
Meanwhile, Pavlidis is 6'1" and very good.
Yeah, very good. So it's like if you give a GYOKERES to a Liverpool, even just because of how counterattacking and quick pace they would play, a Chelsea, even a Man City to an extent, I would understand that more. So I think unless Arteta changes his play style to the first season when they were in the lead by 92% of the season, where it was quick and fast and on the ground passes, then sure. And apparently he's said in press conferences that he's going to lean towards that direction, but saying and doing are two different things. So let's see what he does. But if Arteta plays that still aerial ball, I don't think he's going to break 20 goals. I think he'll be capped at 18 in the league. But if he does that, but if he does that ground game, I think he gets 23.
Okay.
Literally agree with everything CP said there. Literally, I couldn't have said it better. Even the numbers, that's kind of freaky. Because I was literally thinking, like, 17, 18, if they're doing the crosses in the air thing. If it's low driven, guy can finish. Guy has killer instincts. Like he is a poacher. Yeah, like I don't see why he wouldn't bag about 23. So I actually agree with CP, and shout out CP for being honest about it as well, because you could have been like, oh, never rated, man. But actually, yeah, your analysis is spot on. So I can't really say anything else to it. But I will say this again. I do think if they got all right, CP, you'd agree with me. If they got Pavlidis,
Oh yeah,
then it would be a different story. Because it's like, yo, he can finish on the ground. He might score a little less goals, but I'm telling you, people, he reminds me of a Greek Harry Kane. And Harry Kane was brilliant. And Kane was obviously brilliant in this league for goal scoring, breaking down low blocks, headers, playmaking from deep, like hitting those I'm telling you, man. If Arsenal got a Greek version of Harry Kane, like, then they could possibly elevate themselves even closer to a Liverpool or a Man City. GYOKERES does that, but not to a Pavlidis level. So it's just one of those.
Yeah, I agree, because Pavlidis does drop in deep at times a bit more and can play those balls to the wingers or drop in deep and connect slightly better than GYOKERES, because that's another one of GYOKERES' slight weaknesses, is just playing those balls to the wing, if you kind of like what João Pedro does.
Yeah.
So that's, I would just say, a slight weakness, not like a major thing, but
he's not bad at it. He's definitely
just Pavlidis is better than him at that. So I actually agree. If they're gonna play that whole aerial game, then Pavlidis can do the link-up play way better aerially, and still pretty good with both feet as well. I would say not as pace. Yeah. He's just not as pacey, obviously, as GYOKERES. But if you're doing the whole heading game, anyways, where you're gonna camp the opponent into the box and just do aerial balls, then you don't need that pace anyways, because you're.
And there's no concern with Pavlidis. There's no concern with Pavlidis as well, physicality wise. No concern. Because he's 6'1", Greek, stocky, like power, bro. There's no, and it showed in the Champions League as well. Scored against Monaco. Monaco have a fast, physical team with what's it called? They have Zakaria, they have Crepin Diatta, they have Lamine Camara. They've got those typical like French league signings, from Africa. They're big, strong, and all that. So yeah, you done well there. So yeah, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, that's my number one target for Newcastle, and like everyone else, not a distant second, but like to solve our problems with the low block. That's the guy for me. Other guys I like are like an Evan Nielsen. I think would be an interesting purchase. Kelly Mwendo from Stade Rennais. Openda's would be a decent one. We'd probably pay a little bit too much for him, though, to be honest. But there are strikers out there. I'm just worried that they go for Sesko, and then our fans will complain, "Oh, PSR." Well, we wasted 70 mil on a striker. So it's like it's a mess of our own making. So it's one of those, bro. I always thought Kane was Greek. Couldn't understand him during post-match interviews.
That's a funny joke, Joe. I'm running bands, but yeah, with GYOKERES, I don't get where people. I'm lost as to why people think he's gonna flop, unless they think he's just gonna flop in regards to he puts up numbers, but not what's expected. We've seen what Havertz has done at Arsenal, for example. Arsenal are a good side and create enough chances. My sister on some foolish what? All right, cool. My sister's just messaging me some nonsense. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, we've seen what Havertz has done. We've seen what Arsenal do in terms of creating chances. He's a very, very good finisher. Why would he not score goals there? Does it mean Arsenal win the league? No, because their main issue is Arteta, in my opinion. But he'll get goals. I think if he don't get 20 plus 20 goals minimum in the league, that's a disappointment. He should get 20. When you look at the numbers that other strikers have put up in the league and in teams they've been in, Arsenal are a better side, and GYOKERES is regarded as better strikers than them. So you can't come in and put in. Havertz got 14. So you can't come get 15, 16 in the league. Playing 30. Obviously, this is injury 3. Of course, if he only plays like 28 games, that changes the whole conversation. But look at his goal scoring record where he's at now. He clearly knows where the goal is, and it's the major difference between him and Nunes, because people want to use that. Is Nunes only did it for one season in the Portuguese league. He did it back to back. People forget that.
People might say that about Pavlidis. However, if you look at Azad Alkmaar, who are generally regarded as the fourth strongest club in the Eredivisie, when Slot was there, they were on a title charge in the COVID year. In that year, he scored 20, 25 goals in the league. So, and he bagged all 4 years of his AZ thing, and Benfica got him for 20 million. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Players that don't have the Sky Sports hype, that don't have the Fabrizio hype, that don't have all this, people. Oh, all of a sudden the big club's linked with them. I know all about them, blah, 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 like what fans typically do. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, where it's like, yo, you look at the other leagues, watch the player, then you see, okay, what are their stats like? Looks good. Let's take a chance on them. Benfica got Pavlidis for 20 million euros. It's one of the best striker signings of last summer. And I said he'd score easily 25 in all comps. He did that. In a Benfica team, Flawless, that me and Northside complain about all the fucking time. All the time. With the poor manager, and then they hired a poor manager after him. So it's like, with GYOKERES, you can make the argument like, yo, does he do that at Benfica with the circumstances that Pavlidis had? Does he do that in the Eredivisie with AZ? It's up for debate.
And Floss, I wanted to agree with the point you raised about expectations, because I was also watching, obviously, one of the streams where Souls was talking about 15 or whatever goals. I'm like, I'll give you 4 strikers. 3 of them didn't plan out for Chelsea, and 1 of them did. And every time, so Shevchenko when we bought him, Lukaku when we bought him, Fernando Torres when we bought him, and Diego Costa when we bought him. When we bought them, the expectation was 20 goals in the league. Right? Them not reaching those heights is the disappointment. But when we bought them, when we were linked with them, when we had them in the before the first game the ball kicked, it was that expectation. Because we got Shevchenko 2 seasons after he won with Milan and won a Ballon d'Or. And we're thinking we got the third or second best striker in the world. Right? Like, we got Fernando Torres. Obviously, we knew about the injury, but this was the same guy during that injured season where he still destroyed us, when he was playing for Liverpool before we paid 50 million. So we're still thinking it's the El Nino that, everyone's been talking about, right? And then Diego Costa is the one that planned out for us. Great. But then we're the same. When we had Lukaku, after we won the Champions League, all we said was we need that killer striker. And our expectation was, okay, we got the guy. Especially after the first 2 games when he scored 2 goals against Arsenal, we're like, we got the 20+ goals striker in the league. We're pushing for the league, right? So that's what I don't get is if GYOKERES has this pedigree, why aren't we having the expectations like you said, Floss, of 20 goals, right? The only reason I say he might get 18 is just the way Arteta plays. Is 18 is my low side. 18 is not even like anything else. 18 is on my low side because of just him not playing to his strengths, right? Like, I'm agreeing with you. He's probably going to get 20 goals in the league.
Yeah, to me he should, because I rate him highly. Like, I've not switched my view on him in regards to it. I think he's a quality striker, so therefore he should. You're a quality striker going to one of the best teams in the league and one of the best teams in Europe. Therefore, 20 goals minimum in the league is what it should be, especially when you look at the list of what others have done. Because if we're saying now GYOKERES is top 2, top 3 striker in the Premier League currently right now, then you should get top 2 to top 3 numbers. You gotta be top 2, top 3, but then getting outscored by 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, for example, which I don't think will happen. I think he will be a success at Arsenal. Let me just clarify that. I think he will be. Him personally, yes. He'll get goals. He'll be great for them. The problem is, the problem is Artel. That's where the issue lies. I don't think it's the team. It's mainly Artel. GYOKERES is a good striker. You don't get them numbers on accident. Consistently. Even when he was at Coventry, he put up good numbers. And that's in the Championship. And we've seen what's happened there. So we'll see. We'll see what's what. Hey, big up Duncy every single time, man. Hope you're blessed, Duncy.
Big up Duncy.
You're blessed as well. Let me see what else Warrior J has said here. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's on GYOKERES. So I already knew. Yeah, before flying to London shortly, Victor GYOKERES has confirmed to Arsenal his desire to take iconic number 14 shirt. Decision confirmed. ISAK wants Liverpool. It's his priority, as we know that from Fabrizio Romano. Some Newcastle players suspect ISAK is joining Liverpool. That's from at Craig Hope _DM. What's this about United? Manchester United training at Soldier Field in Chicago this morning. Onana, Martinez, and Xerxes not part of group and doing their own individual training session at Chicago Fire's training ground. What else is going on? Hold up. What is this? The hell was that? StreamYard got some new stuff going on. Anything else? Two of Saudi's Arabia's clubs are interested in signing Anthony. A move to Real Betis is unlikely at this stage. Anthony could be open to Saudi, but prefers to stay in Europe. That's from at Sky Sports Lyle. Hopefully, we just move him on because it's all been super quiet on him after he came back because he did well at Betis. Talks as Betis was going to go in for him, and then there's been nothing. So if it's Saudi, if it's a club in Europe, let's just get some bread for him and keep it stepping for real. Darwin Núñez has concrete chances to leave Liverpool in the next weeks. That's from at SamC _reports as well. I really think this, and yeah, there's been news about Manchester United with a goalkeeper as well. Emi Martinez links, also the links to Saint-Lemens. I'm all for it. I am all for those links, but I think, did Villa reject a loan deal from us or something like that? There was an approach we made. Just go get Emi Martinez, man. Pay the money, get it done. And when I say that, obviously don't pay silly money, but if we move these players on that we're supposed to, we can get Martinez. We just need a goalkeeper though, because Onana doesn't need to be starting. I know nothing about Saint-Lemens, but gaming anybody but Onana at this point. My preference is Emi Martinez because I've spoken about buying the best of the rest from within the Premier League. That is the way to approach it, and that's the way we've gone about it so far. So if it is a Watkins, if it is a Emi Martinez, central midfielders, I've said this, there's no one that really sticks out within the Premier League. So yeah, and to Ibrahim talking about what's this talking about? Yo, joke, man. Martinez ain't back till January, mate. We play GYOKERES opening day of the season. Play opening day of the season. But you lot, find a few questions before we do indeed close out. Right, closing in 110 likes as well, people. What's going on? Girls up to 110 likes. Hit that subscribe button. Questions, get them in as well. It's rolled to 16K overall, but we're just aiming to get to 15,355. That's only 2 subscribers, people. That's it. We will be redirecting to the gaming channel as well. I'll be running pro clubs with a couple of the man them as well. So I'm literally just setting that up as we speak. Go on.
Yeah, no, I did want to. Eddie brought up a point about Liverpool and this holier than thou thing, right?
Talk about it.
They're about to spend $500 million in one window. And they can tell us that they didn't sign a lot of players. Sure, that's completely fine. But then these men were also the man before 2020 who bought the most expensive goalkeeper until we bought Kepa. Also bought the most expensive center back in Van Dijk before you man bought Maguire. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why these men are acting like lowest. And then you know what the best part is? They talk about net spend and who they've sold. But when it comes to us, when we sell people like Madueke and all these men, no, we spend apparently 1.5 billion and apparently not sold anyone. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love this narrative of they're allowed to get away with it because they're the old guard. They're everyone's. Because see, everyone hates Man United because you guys were the first commercialized club when TV revenue and rights came through. Because you didn't have that in the 80s. You had that when the Premier League happened. Yeah. People hate us because we came with the fat money and we came from 5th place and then went to 2nd and got Mourinho and then did what we did. And then obviously Man City, once again, money. So these men are the quote unquote prim and proper way, but they can spend $500 million and no one's going to complain. And then you know what the funny thing is? They'll get some people in the overall media landscape complaining, but I've not heard Gary Neville say anything. Where's Jamie Carragher complaining about this? Where are all these big pundits and ex-players complaining about how money is ruining the game? Right? Because that's $500 million. You spend $500 million, and apparently when Man City was doing this, when they were on a 2P and bought Erling Haaland, Everyone's like, how is Manchester City doing this? They already have the best squad in the league and they're strengthening. Well, Liverpool just had literally won the league by February and are buying ISAK, the best 10 in the Bundesliga, one of the best left backs in the league in GYOKERES, the best right back from Borussia Dortmund from the Bundesliga, and they're allowed to get away with it because it's Liverpool. So everyone's saying, even Hussam saying, we're not the media's favorite, it's a bold-faced lie. Because you can name me isolated things, but when we buy, we had again people asking where are players gonna play, like we don't just buy, like we just didn't sell Madueke and sell Petrovic and had Vega almost join Atletico Madrid and probably will join Juventus. Have links for Nkunku with 3 different clubs in the Prem alone, let alone Bayern Munich as well. But apparently our players are always gonna have trouble finding a dressing room because, and that's the thing, it's like apparently we can sell really, they're asking us how we can sell well, so players are exiting, but then also saying where are all these players going to play, which makes no sense. I'm not saying a woe is me to us. I'm just saying keep the energy, because if when Man United were doing this in the 2000s when they bought Varane and everyone, I remember the media complaining about this because, oh my God, it's Sir Alex Ferguson and they got Sebastian Varane and all this shit. I remember this.
Yeah,
I remember when Man City were getting Sterling from Liverpool in the mid 2010s, and everyone's like, this is what the Aguero, and they're buying the best young up and coming English talent. But when it's Liverpool, it's fine. When it's Liverpool, they're allowed to have a dynasty because they've done it quote unquote the right way.
Yeah, quote unquote. Just to clarify, people, there's no quote unquote right way.
The right way.
We all want our team to be successful. CP, as a Chelsea fan, wants Chelsea to be successful, however that is. So whether that's,
I don't care how many laws we break. I generally don't care how much we pay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Whether that's through a whole heap of youngsters who come through their youth system, whether they go out there and buy their players, whether they're taking over and $1 billion is put into Chelsea. He the same with me with Manchester United. I don't care if it's through what's it called? If it's through Carrington, or we go and buy a whole heap of players, or some billionaire takes us over. That's same for Liverpool. That's same for Arsenal. That's same for City. Same with Newcastle and Leeds and Villa. The list goes on. All of us, if you are a fan of a football club, you want it to be so. Here's what I say. You might say beforehand it's the wrong way. Let that happen. Everyone who's against money, it being bought and all this rubbish. Let a billionaire take over your club and then you win 3 Premier Leagues in a row. You're telling me you're not going to celebrate? Come on, man.
Well, to add to that, you know how the saying is, it takes money to make money? I will tell you right now, people will say I'm a glory hunter. I have only bought a Chelsea kit the summer after we won something major. So every kit I have, so when we won the Champions League, I bought the kit that summer. When we won the Club World Cup right now, I bought the kit. I only buy kits when we win things. So I said this a month ago when we were in the Club World Cup. I'm like, win me the Club World Cup. My bank account is ready, Chelsea. I'm ready to spend money on you. I have some money saved. I'm gonna buy some useless fucking shit from your store just because it says Chelsea on it with the Club World Cup badge. I'm ready to pay the money. Because clubs realize also success breeds more money.
Well, we really does.
Because I'll be honest, the only time I'm not gonna spend money. I'm gonna still back the team and watch the team, but I'm not spending my money on a fucking kit if you man are 12th.
Yeah, you're still gonna support, but you're not spending extra. You're not like, I'm gonna go buy.
I'm not spending my finances on them. I'm spending my emotional distraught because I'm fucking depressed. But I'm not spending my finances. But if you're winning me things, I'm spending money on you.
Yeah,
it's like, if the club's treating me right, I'm gonna treat you right, club. I'm gonna spend money on you if you treat me right with trophies.
And that's it. That's exactly where I'm at with it. Like with the kits, everyone knows my stance on the Glazers. Spoke on it like in depth. I only have kits because Lewis hooks me up with the kits. It's the only reason I don't buy Manchester United kits. Point blank period. I don't buy no United merch whatsoever. The shirts you get is through him. That's where it's because of Lewis. Like, so when you lot see me with that blue kit we had last year, it's because I've just not seen Lewis yet to get it. But that's the sole reason why. Because obviously, shout out Jerseys FC, Lewis over there doing bits on his channel as well. So that's it. So yeah. And again, to man who says here, name one team that's dominated their respective league without being one of the top spenders. Exactly. You have to. It's a statement of intent. You can pick up a domestic league or a European Cup. one in every 2, 3, 4, 5 years if you just without spending majorly. But if you want to dominate and build dynasties and win back to back or back to back to back, you have to spend. Any team that has gone back to back and had any form of dominance, so whether it's 2 in a row or it's 2 in 4 years or 3 in 6, has spent money, whether that's United, whether that's Chelsea, whether that's City, whether that they've been the 3 most dominant teams in the Premier League era. Is those 3. Arsenal are probably the only one you look at. Go on.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. I was just gonna say, I mean, then you look outside the freaking Premier League, like Paris Saint-Germain, been top spenders for ever since QSI really stepped in there.
And now it's paying dividends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've only lost 2 league titles to freaking Lille and AS Monaco, because they had extremely good teams that they crafted, but Lille and Monaco didn't dominate. They just did the one-off thing, because then PSG got back at it. Bayern München, same thing. We spend more than any other Bundesliga club. That's why you don't see Serie A domination by one team ever since Juventus. Ever since Juventus has ended. Because it's like the spending, there's no one clear team that's spending much above the rest, hence why it's super competitive. Real Madrid and Barcelona, they spend around the same. Atletico Madrid, to be fair, this window definitely have. I'm not saying they've not spent, like, they've spent more than anyone else. That's why that top 3 is separated from the others, unless you have a one-off year. But domination and the consistency getting into Champions League and all that, you got to spend. Yeah, and you have to spend well as well. But the first thing is that you have to spend money and get a lot of hits out of it. So it's one of those.
That's always been part of football, because if you look at even the Italian side, like Ruud Gullit, you know how much AC Milan spent on that freaking front line? Ruud Gullit and everyone? Dude, R9, 2 seasons in a row, was the most expensive player in world football. First by Barcelona and then by Inter Milan. Okay? Like, what Juventus's reign in the 2000s, they paid the most money. Inter Milan, when they won the treble, literally paid 200 million to get Schneider, Eto'o, and Milito and everyone, and Lucio and all these, man. Yeah. Right? Even Inter Milan recently in the 2020s, the season they won with Conte, they literally spent the most money in Serie A. They literally spent the most money getting Lukaku and everyone else. Conte's season they won because they spent literally the most money.
And just to clarify as well, because people will hear that just because you spend money doesn't mean you guarantee success. What we're saying here is you need money to have sustained success. There's a difference. People say, well, everyone spends money, and United spend money, for example, and don't win anything. Yes, because you can spend money badly. But if you have to spend money, again, to sustain success. That's what it is. It doesn't guarantee it. It gives you the opportunity to do so, because there's no one who's had sustained success in a top European league or in Europe without it. No one's dominating the Champions League without it. Or dominating the Premier League.
I'm trying to think of a dynasty team in other, never mind just Europe, just around the, like, you in MLS, there's not one club really that spends more on training than anyone else. Obviously, the structure of the league with designated players and general allocated money and all that nonsense, which I wish they'd just get rid of because it's so confusing. Like, bro, like Inter Miami, they probably have spent the most, but it's not enough of a, like, okay, Higuain flopped at Inter Miami, but they gave him a lot of money, and it might have even been on a free, but like it didn't work out. So that was money spent poorly. Blaise Matuidi was not a good signing for Inter Miami. They paid him a good salary as well, but it didn't work out. So that's what you're saying, Flawless, when, just because you spend money doesn't equal success, because it can go wrong. Yes. What it is that you have to spend big. Those players have to pay off regardless of the league, regardless of the league you're in. So,
even Liverpool did that. Like, their recent success came from the backbone of buying Alisson as the most expensive goalkeeper in the world and Van Dijk as the most expensive center back in the world, right? Yeah. Because before then, they bought a Mane, they bought a Salah, and they were great. But they didn't win the Champions League, and they didn't win the league until they bought those 2 pieces. The final 2 pieces, which were the most expensive in the world at the time. So they had to spend that money for their new reign of domination in terms of winning Champions League and Carabaos and FA Cups.
No, you're right, 100%. And Chinley says the hardest thing is staying at the top. Once you reach there, you have to invest and reinvest to improve your squad to remain competitive on all fronts. And that's what we're getting at. Big up to Tactic, though. You know what I'm saying? Trolling in the chat. Love the sarcasm. Big up to you, my guy, every single time. Yes. What a lot of teams do is don't spend wisely thinking they can go Primark and think it will work out when they realize they have to buy twice. And that's what people get confused, Ravi. People just see it's about how you spend. Like me as a United fan, I've never complained about the amount we spent because we spent enough. How we spend it is the problem because it's spent foolishly. And then that's why you get terrible results, whereas you see it, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Chelsea, Manchester City are the prime example as well, why they've had their dominance because they've spent their money well. Same with Real Madrid. When they've spent their money well, they had their dominant period, in particular in Europe. Same with Barcelona when they've had their domination in La Liga. Have to spend well. Have to. You see it with Bayern Munich. When they spent well, it's quads and trebles. When they haven't spent as well, you see the struggles that they've got. Like where they're no longer a mainstay in the latter stages of the Champions League, where they have been for years. That's how it goes when you don't spend well. But we've seen Bayern Munich, even though they've still won the Bundesliga, not do as well in the Champions League, which is rare for them. Because like I said, they are minimum quarterfinalists, normally a semi-finalist regular. I don't think there's too many seasons you can look at that Bayern Munich haven't been in the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like Steve will probably know better than me. When's the last time you lot went 2 years? When's the last time you lot went 2 to 3 years not reaching a semi-final in the Champions League? Is it like the last 2 years or so?
You know what? Early 2000s, probably.
This is what I'm saying. And we're in 2025.
Yeah. It all started ever since we sacked Nagelsmann, which is the correct decision. The problem is what's followed that, and also with Uli Hoeneß, like directors giving out horrible contracts, length and money.
Breaking up, Steve.
Like LA Fitness.
Say that again, Steve. You broke up. Say that again.
My bad. Hold on.
Yeah, go on. It's cool. Go on.
Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Am I back now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Bayern, yeah, we've spent money, but like, and it's good enough for the league and whatever. But when you're coming in Champions League, you're paying Goretzka like he's a freaking a Pedri or something. Like that's fuckeries, dude. You know, Gnabry, Sané, Mane from Liverpool, huge flop. Gave him a ton of money. Didn't work out though. He's rubbish. Like that's the issue. We spent well with Kane, obviously. Give him the bag and pay him fees.
You broke up again, fam. Say that again.
Spending money and not.
You broke up. Run that back again. You broke up a little bit.
But yeah, like those examples of. Yeah, so I said, if you're paying, like I said, if you're paying LA Fitness Goretzka like Pedri money, like he's a Pedri, well, when they play against Pedri, well, when he gets schooled, it's like, well, that's your fault. You paid him way too fucking much. It's not the caliber of player, like, at all. So that's where spending money can go wrong. So it's one of those. But, yeah, with Bayern, you're right. It's not a guarantee we make semifinals, quarterfinals of Champions League because we're foolish. Very, very foolish for some of the signings and all that.
And this is it. Daniel saying there, this is breaking news. We'll see how true this is. Real Madrid rejected Vinicius Jr.'s demands for salary parity with Mbappe. They'll give him 1 season to elevate his performance before renegotiating. Otherwise, he could be sold. And that's via LA_SCR. I don't know how reliable those sources are, but it seems that something's got to give at Real Madrid. So whether that's Mbappe, whether that's Vinicius Jr., or whether that's Xavi Alonso, or 2 of the 3 that I have mentioned. But Xavi Alonso's been brought in there to figure it out because the talent is there at Real Madrid. You just got to find the right balance because they had a dreadful season from their standards last season, winning nothing. And they trying to not only topple Barcelona in La Liga, they're trying to topple Barca Liga and the rest of the Europeans elite as well. So it'll be interesting to see. But moving on Vinicius Jr. and signing a striker works for them. That's the smart move. They were to sell Vinicius Jr. for whatever to Saudi. Let's say it's 120 million. And then they go get ISAK, for example. It works. But ISAK with Mbappe, whoever you want over the right-hand side, let's say it is a Gula, and then your midfield is whoever pick your midfield trio. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Like
I
we
agree.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
No, they need a natural 9.
Yes.
They need a natural 9. Mbappe, like, yeah, he can do a job there. Obviously, when you're talking about Mbappe doing a job, it still means he's better than like 90% of strikers to like live and whatever. But like, bro, it's still one of those where it's like these are fine margins when you're competing in Champions League and you see yourself rightfully so as a contender, and it's a demand that you win that competition. Bare minimum get to a final. Like then yeah, these fine margin things like playing a player in your right position, bro. Freaking Exeter City in League One have to, if they want to get promoted, they're gonna have to put their freaking players in their right position because the other teams usually do. So it's like, yo, again, that's the thing. That's just football in general. You got to get that stuff right. Otherwise, it's like, yo, other teams are just doing the basics better than you are. So it's one of those. It's like, yeah, I think they need a natural 9. Maybe do a front 2 with Mbappe. That's why ISAK would make a lot of sense there because you can theoretically shift him around a bit. If you want him to try to play off the left and be more of a inside forward, you can dribble and all that. Cool. And then you could play Mbappe as a 9 possibly. So it just gives you some flexibility in that sense. So yeah, yeah, do need a natural 9. They need center backs and they need a new midfield, at least 2, I'd say. At least.
No, trust me, I hear it. And big up to Zare for the raid as well, man. Shout out my guy Zare Talks for the raid. Shout out Zare every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Zare's channel, Zare Talks. Make sure subscribe to Steve's channel as well. I forgot to add it to the title. I'm going to do that now, but it's underneath in the description anyway, and it's also on the featured channel page also. So make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel. Literally added the link in the title, people. The link's in the title, so you just click the link, opens up a new tab, subscribes. 5 minutes, and then we out of here before we switch over to the gaming channel for pro clubs, people. So yeah, right, 111 likes. Let's get up to 115, people. And subscribe as well, man. I know there's people in there watching who haven't subscribed. Make sure you do so as well. But still too short of 15,355 people. We're too short. Over 110 of you lot watching. I know everyone here hasn't subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the gaming channel we're going to redirect to. Subscribe to the Clips channel, Sarcasm City TV Clips as well. Also, plenty of content going on throughout the summer. And then once the season starts back, even more people watch alongs galore here on the playback and on the YouTube as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Yeah, Garcia seemed decent in the Club World Cup. The striker Garcia, he did. Seemed like a good striker. But Javi Alonso, they do have someone there. Because I see them playing different formations and trying different players in different roles. They've got someone who is definitely, I believe, good enough to figure it out. Because one thing Real Madrid have in abundance at their team is talent. The problem is, and it's a good problem to have, is finding the balance. Because there's no lack of talent. The ability is there. When you got Vini, Mbappe, Garcia, Diaz, Gula, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouameni, like the list goes on. Like Trent, Mendy, Rudiger, Saint-Holsen, Courtois. The list goes on in regards to the quality, but it's getting that quality into the best out of the team for that. And with Javi Alonso, they'll see maybe they do go to a back three. Maybe it is a back three with wing backs because they probably need another centre back, but they do have the players capable of playing a back three. Does he go with a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? That's why Javi Alonso's been brought there and got paid the big bucks. Because he was very well sought after and hyped up at Leverkusen because he did a fantastic job. So, yeah, we'll see what's what. Well, let's see. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Oh, yeah, this Manchester City deal to sign James Trafford as new goalkeeper. Here we go. Deal in place with Burnley under value of 40 million buyback clause. Trafford said yes to Manchester City as Pep Guardiola wanted him. Newcastle also informed about Trafford's decision. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Thoughts on that, James Trafford?
I'm getting to the point now where it's like, again, whether it's a player I rate, whether it's a player I don't rate, whether it's a price tag too high for me, whether it's a price tag like that's perfect.
Carry on,
It's a matter of Newcastle can't get bodies in the building. That's the issue. And the way we're going about it with the low ball and taking a sweet damn time like we have any, now it's resulted in, this is why people go on about do your business early.
Yep.
Because now, let's look at Liverpool. Bro, they did their business early. Man City did a lot of their business early. So anything
Right.
else is just an addition. So it's like they can go to whatever club and be like, you know what, we probably could use a midfielder, like Jez was talking about, Gravenberch. Maybe we want a slight upgrade. Someone to compete with Gravenberch for that starting spot. You know, maybe we'll look at, it's not do or die, but like let's go to this club here. And if they don't have the price that we like, we can just go somewhere else. It's fine. We're in no rush.
Yeah, you're
Newcastle.
right.
Newcastle are in a rush. We have no strikers if ISAK gets sold, besides Osula, who, again, I don't know if he's a striker or a winger. Nobody freaking knows.
Yeah.
So we need it. We need 2 strikers now. We need 2. We need 2 strikers. And again, the season kicks off very soon. So with Trafford, I'm not a huge fan of his. I think he's all right, but I think I can find someone. I definitely can for cheaper and better. It might be less of a household name because he plays in this league, that league, da-da-da-da-da. But it's like now you're getting desperate. So you're going to go for – yeah, and you might stumble into a success. You might stumble into success. They might stumble across Cali Mwendo and being like, oh, okay, they actually meet the asking price. Ooh, Ren might need some money because they want to go do this and that. They got wealthy owners, albeit with Ren, so maybe that's not even the example to use. The guy who owns freaking what business does the Stade Rennais owner own? It's some fashion brand. It's a very, very high-end luxury brand that he owns. So he's got bills anyways. So like maybe this is what I'm saying, where it's like, yo, so what we need to do is we need to go to places where they are desperate to get rid of their good player. In my eyes, that's what it is.
Right.
Or you just pay what they want. You just pay just pay what they want. Brentford want 40 mil for Wissa. Don't
Pay the
offer
40.
35 with add-ons. You offer 40, and then you talk about add-ons. But now that deal's a lot more fucking difficult to do because now they don't have Mbuemo.
True. Yeah.
So even though they have a year left, they could still get their asking price for him just because they're also like, yo, we're gonna keep him anyways. We're trying to keep this guy anyways. So this is where this is the example, the prime example of doing your business early gives the club that you're trying to buy from, gives them a lot of time to find a replacement, use that money that you give them, and then you move on and you do other business. But since we've left it so late, because we're looking at all these Premier League targets besides Ekitike, they've chosen other destinations that were, first of all, more attractive in name, and second of all, had more money to actually spend on them because they could afford to. This is the PSR thing that people go on about. It's just like, okay, don't shop in that market. Don't shop in markets that you don't have the money for. If you're on a budget, ball on a fucking budget. How about that?
Right.
How about that? Go to Liga, go to Belgian Jupiler League, go to freaking MLS. There are players I like there that I think could do, like, and these players will make moves to Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford. Then that player who costed Brentford, Brighton, and Bournemouth peanuts, they're going to make 60, 70 if they have one good year. With my man, Baleba, Semenyo. Could have got these guys from Bristol City. Could have got him from Independiente de Valle in Ecuador. You could have gotten freaking another Ecuadorian one, Pacho. Pacho was bought from Royal Antwerp, but from Frankfurt. Frankfurt sold him to PSG. PSG can afford to let Pacho go to Frankfurt, and they can pay the premium price. We can't because of PSR. So you got to buy him from fucking Royal Antwerp and take a risk. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You have to take
We took a fucking risk when ISAK was at Real Sociedad because he didn't have these numbers, and he was a great footballer though.
Yeah. He did have the numbers. You right.
So it's like, yo, it's not like this is something you've never done before.
Yeah, you right.
It's ridiculous, bro. If you're gonna shop in the Prem market, you gotta have Prem market money.
Whew, boss.
Seriously?
Boss.
Ball on a budget? You can do
Ball
it.
on the budget. If you're on a budget, ball on a budget, man. You know what I'm saying?
There's 7 billion people on this earth, and apparently nobody's better than Sesko. All right, yeah. Sure, mate. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it's just so irritating the way that, like, some of these Premier League clubs move, with the exception of Brighton, Bournemouth, and Brentford. And occasionally, every once in a while, Man City, you know, they bought Kusanov from loans. Nobody knew about him. And it was like, yeah, so every once in a while, they dip their toes in that sort of thing. Fuck it, I'm trying to save you fuckers money. A lot of money if you just took a risk. And you felt the player was good enough to make that step up from wherever the hell they came from.
No, you right.
Don't wait, Ter Stegen? No, I do not want Ter Stegen. Are you serious? This isn't 2016. It's 2025. Nick Pope is a better goalkeeper right now at this moment in time than Ter Stegen.
Steve is not having it. He's gone. I'll be back. Trying to sort that out. The people we're gonna close out. Yo, Steve, anything you want to add? It's all good, man. Anything you want to add?
Yo, I actually got a dip. I'm about to pick up someone for work.
No stress, do your thing.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, check out Strasbourg. I've got watch alongs tonight, MLS. So check them out.
MLS watch alongs.
Link
Links in the title. Blessings, man, every single time. But you lot, hope you lot enjoyed this surprise Q&A. Shout out to Steve joining, Jez, CP, Eddie, etc. All the members, all the regulars, all the mods, all the new people, anyone who's watching this back after, anyone who's listening on the audio platforms as well, man. Big up to all of you lot for real. Trying to get this friggin' this gaming thing working. So we'll be on the playback, people. Get over to the playback, www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. We're redirecting to the gaming channel anyway. So before you leave here, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the main channel, Sarcasm City TV. We're heading over to the gaming channel right now. This has been, people, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. You lot, see you in 2 minutes over on the gaming channel. We'll be answering questions from the chat anyway. Big up. Bless.